Welcome, everybody, to the Fighting Spider. I'm your host, Mike Laro. Phillies win tonight in the Big D. That's right, in Detroit. They win 8-1. Oh, God. Whoo! Let me tell you, it's been a little weird right now with everything that's going on with this Phillies team tonight. It was a kind of a weird game, guys. It really was, if you were really looking at it. Phillies panned out 15 hits tonight, but they also strike out 17 times. Man, it was a weird game. It really was. It really was a weird game. We're going to go over some of the highlights tonight. Definitely a good night for Alec Boehm and Bryce Harper. We're going to get more into those as well. Just a little quick update. Atlanta is losing 4-1. If you just heard on the telecast. So right now, Philly's sitting 7.5 up against those Bravos from Atlanta. If they don't come back tonight, the Phillies will then move to 8 games up over their lead against those Braves in the division. So, all right, guys, we're going to get started right now. This is how everything played out. Top of the first inning. I'm going to give you a little recap real quick. Top of the first inning, Bryce Harper would hit a double. Kyle Schwarber and Trey Turner would both score on that, giving the Phillies a 2-0 lead right from jump. Casey Mize kind of had a little trouble in the beginning of the top of the first inning. First few batters, he really kind of struggled to find his location. With that being said, Harper hits the double, drives in both Trey and Kyle Schwarber. Phillies are up 2-0. The very next batter, Alec Boehm, wastes no time, takes some yard. Phillies are up 4-0 out of the chute. Here's the thing that I'm going to really say about Casey Mize. I'm sorry, I keep saying Corey. Casey Mize. He really settled down after that. He really did. He went on to have he went on to pitch 4 in the third innings. He gave up 9 hits, 4 runs, but only 3 of them were earned. But he didn't walk anybody. He had 10 strikeouts. Phillies batters struck out 10 times today. Garrett Stubbs striking out the most with 3 strikeouts. He was really got himself back together, did Casey Mize. Our guy, Aaron Nola, just a superb outing. Again, he goes 7 innings, 6 hits, 1 earned run, no walks for him as well. So there was no walks by the starting pitching in this game. And you combine both starting pitchers, they combined for 16 strikeouts in the game. Like I said, Detroit ended up with 17 strikeouts in this game. This is why I say it's a weird game. They had 17 strikeouts, but they gave up 15 hits. So it was really kind of crazy. Row in the middle of the Phillies lineup, they did all the damage. Like I said, so we're covering the top of the first. Like I said, Boehm hits a 2-run home run. Phillies are up 4-0 after that. Bottom of the third, the Phillies break out the first triple play of the year, a 1-3-5 triple play when former Philly Matt Vierling hits a line drive back. Aaron Nola snags it, hits a soft liner back. Aaron Nola snags it, throws it to Bryce Harper, who Harper, being smart, throws it back across to Alec Boehm to complete the triple play. I don't know what the Detroit the young man that was on third base for Detroit, I don't know what he was thinking. I don't know if he didn't see it or if he thought it bounced, but he made a break right for home. Like, didn't even try to go back to third base. So it was kind of an easy kind of triple play. It kind of reminded me, it wasn't as easy as Eric Bruntlett's triple play, but pretty close to it. Again, too, and that was the first triple play for the Phillies since 2017. The last unassisted one was Eric Bruntlett back in 2009. But again, Phillies are up 4-0. There wouldn't be no more scoring again until the bottom of the fifth. Kelly would drive in McConaughey, cutting the lead to 4-1. And that would be all the scoring that Detroit would do in this game, because top of the sixth, Bryce Harper would just unload a 3-run home run, putting the Phillies up 7-1. And then in the top of the eighth, Alec Bohm doubles in Bryce Harper, giving the Phillies what would eventually become the game winner, which is 8-1 was your final. Again, box line scores for this. Detroit, 1 run on 7 hits with 1 error. Phillies, 8 runs on 15 hits, no errors. To me, guys, that statement right there, the Phillies, even though they struck out 17 times in this game, they got through and still pounded out 15 hits and still put up 8 runs in this game. This is getting to be a little scary with this. And I know my boy Matty B, which, by the way, guys, right after me, right here, Talking Sports with Matty B will be following me here. So make sure you tune in for him as well. I'm pretty sure Matt's going to have a lot to say about this game tonight. He'll probably focus more on the 17 strikeouts. But to me, it was a weird game. It really was. I was sitting here in the studio watching the game, and I was kind of scratching my head at some of it, like how the Detroit pitching was really kind of keeping some of the Phillies bats off. Like Schwarber didn't have a decent night. And then like the bottom of the lineup from Stott down, like Marsh and Pache ended up coming in and doing it. Like Pache and Dahl combined, I think they had like 2 hits. But like Garrett Stubbs was just, he was brutal tonight, man. I mean, he had a hit, but he also had 3 strikeouts. So it was kind of rough going there. But 17 strikeouts, that's still way too many strikeouts for my liking. So I know Matty will probably touch more on that coming up in this. But yeah, that's how it would end, guys. It would end 8-1 Phillies over those Detroit Tigers. Which, by the way, guys, I want your thoughts. Is that not a cool looking stadium? Like I want to go there once. Like nobody ever says they want to go to Detroit. I actually want to go there and check that place out. That place looks really, really nice. So before I get to you guys over in the comment section, we're going to go pay some bills. And the easiest way to do that is to make sure you go to sherrystickets.com. Family owned and operated since 1946. What you see is what you pay. No hidden fees for sports, concerts, theaters. And you save an additional 10% by using that great promo code EOP10. That's right. Make sure you get over to sherrystickets.com. We got some good games coming up. You got the Dodgers coming to town. You got the Yanks coming to town. Cleveland's coming to town. So, yeah, Phillies definitely have some good, they definitely have some really good competition coming in that you want to go see. Again, guys, also for, workers' compensation, motor vehicle accidents, personal injury, or criminal law, make sure you reach out to our guy, David Archeri, at www.cherryinjurylaw.com, or you can reach him at 610-565-0300. Make sure you definitely let him know that the guys over at EOP sent you over. And, of course, guys, Philly Sports Trips. This is the next big trip. That's right, the end of July. Chicago, in the beginning of next month, sold out. 4th of July weekend is sold out. So those trips are already gone. If you go on Philly Sports Trips, they also have the Eagles schedule out. So that's looking really good. With Mitchkoff possibly coming in the end of July, Flyers trips might be looking pretty good soon too as well. So get over to Philly Sports Trips and check them out. This Pittsburgh trip looks pretty good. I may be thinking about doing that one. I know Al was talking about doing it. Maybe he might be doing it. There's a couple of them that we might want to do. But definitely get into those, guys. And, guys, if you're in the Ridley area, make sure you check out Dolan's Bar, 24 East Sellers Avenue in Ridley Park. You never know who you're going to run into there. A lot of famous Philly sports athletes, maybe some current, maybe some former. You never know who you're going to run into there. They have Quizzo, music, and memorabilia giveaways. And this handsome jet right here, that's PJ. Let him know that the guys over at EOP sent you, and make sure you get over there to Dolan's Bar. All right, guys, I took care of that. Now, next thing is the Broad Street Bottom Line. The bottom line is this. 3 and 4 hitters tonight in the Phillies lineup. 7 for 10. 8 runs batted in. They can both of them combine for, this is 7 for 10, 3 doubles, 2 homers, 8 runs batted in, and 4 runs scored. That's Alec Bohm and Bryce Harper. Bryce Harper hitting 2 doubles and a home run in this game, going with 5 RBIs. He is my player of this game tonight. Again, how this guy is not in the talks for National League Most Valuable Player right now, he's pretty much setting himself up to probably win Player of the Month. Again, this will be the second time he's won it. He's the leading vote getter for the National League, which I feel is awesome for that. Although I think Nick Castellanos is probably right up there too. So that just goes to show you the Philly fans are out and voting for their favorite Phils. But to me, Bryce Harper has been everything that you wanted him to be to start that the Phillies have, which, by the way, they're now 52 and 26. So percentage points, they moved above the Yankees again for the best record in baseball. I have a feeling those two teams, along with the Orioles, probably Cleveland, the Dodgers, they're going to be fighting it out between those 5 teams. And I'm not throwing the towel in yet on the Braves either. I know a lot of people want to poo-poo the Braves and go like that. They're dealing with some injuries right now. So, but they're right there. I mean, if you look at it, the Braves are 11 games over 500 right now, and looks like they might come up a little short tonight, fall 8 games back of the Phillies, but we've seen 8 games disappear in this town. I mean, we watched the Phillies come back from a 7-game lead with like 3 weeks left to go in the season. So, right now the Phillies are doing what they have to do to keep the Braves at bay. And which, by the way, I think later on in July, they also play the Braves as well. I think they have a home and home with the Braves in July. So, again, if you go look at the Phillies schedule right now, man, they got some really, really good teams coming in later on in the month of July. But for right now, we definitely are looking at this game. Again, 8-1 win. We're going to take a trip around the bases. Alrighty, guys, we're going to bring up this around the bases right now. We have a couple finals right now. The Cleveland Guardians beat the Baltimore Orioles tonight in Camden Yards in Baltimore, 3-2. Of course, it was the Phillies winning in Detroit 8-1. And the Boston Red Sox come back and beat the Toronto Blue Jays. Toronto was up in this game 6-1. Red Sox come back and win this game. The Mariners beat the Tampa Bay Rays 3-1. Right now, in the top of the 9th, the Pirates are getting hammered by the Reds 11-5. It is in the bottom, going to the bottom of the 8th. It is 4-1 Cardinals over the Braves. At the end of 5 in Kansas City, it's the Royals 3-1. Also, bottom of the 6th in Milwaukee, Rangers 3-1 over the Texas Rangers. Dodgers and White Sox right now in the South. They're over there in the South Side, scoreless through 7, or they're in the top of the 7th. They are scoreless. Angels and Athletics, bottom of the 1st, no score there. Padres and Nats, also no score. And the Giants, it's being delayed right now in San Francisco. So I imagine they're going to push that start time back for the Cubbies and the Giants. So there is your trip around the around Major League Baseball tonight. As you're seeing right here, right now, the Phillies are 52 and 26 as they win here tonight. The Braves are 43 and 32. They're 11 games up. They're 7 games back, about to be 8. And the Mets and the Nationals are fighting over 3rd place right now in our division. So there you have it, guys. I'm going to get to your comments right now. Now, we're all done with all that. Now this show's for you guys. So let's see what you guys got. The wife checking in, saying hello. Star Wars checking in. 17 strikeouts. Yeah, it's crazy. Adam saying, "What's up, Mike? Great win." It was a great win, but I'll tell you what, it's been a little crazy. Like I said, tonight was a crazy game, man. 8 runs, 15 hits you'll sign up for all day long, but they did it also by striking out 17 times. 17 strikeouts. That's a lot of strikeouts. It's a little concerning. Star Wars says, pray for Willie Nelson. I'll pray for him, man, but I'll tell you what, Willie's lived a long, great life, man. So if it's his time to check out, man, salute to him, dude. That dude lived a great life. Adam says, how about the triple play? Yeah, I was watching it here in the studio, man, and I'll tell you what, I did a double take myself. I was like, wait a minute, that's a triple play. And it's funny, too, because it came off the bat of Matt Vierling, who's the former Philly. But, yeah, I thought maybe he might have caught it on the bounce because if you watch the replay, you really don't – you see the behind shot. I guess it's the only way you can see it. I didn't know if he caught it in the air or on a bounce because that runner from third just broke home. Even when Bryce had the ball, when he threw the ball over to Bryce, that guy was still hauling butt down the third base line. And I'm like, oh, man. I'm like, did he just give up? I'm like, he gave up a run. And then I see Bryce throw the ball back over to Bohm. I'm like, ooh, that's a triple play. So, yeah. And you know what? It's pretty cool, man, because I've actually seen 3 of them in my lifetime. So that was tonight. I saw it. And I was at one. I saw 2 at Veteran, or one at Veteran. Was it Veteran? Yeah, one at Veteran Stadium, or maybe 2 at Veteran Stadium. Both had to deal with Mickey Morandini. One was an unassisted triple play. One was an unassisted triple play, and the other one was a Mick caught the ball, tugged the guy, and then threw it to Ricky Jordan. So I was fortunate to see 2 of them live, but it was kind of crazy right now. Oh, look who it is. The Gobbler checking in. Bryce, Harper, and Bohm are clicking on all cylinders right now. Yeah, Pat, they are, man. And they are definitely, 7 for 10. They have 5 extra base hits tonight between both of them. 8 runs. They scored all the Phillies runs tonight. Can't ask for a better outcome from your 3 and 4 hitter. But like I said, man, it was a very weird game tonight. Like I said, it's weird. If you look at the box scores, if anybody looks at the box, like an old timer looks at this box, they're gonna scratch their head. 8 runs, 15 hits, but 17 strikeouts. If a team strikes out, there's 27 outs in the game, and you're getting 17 of them by strikeouts. I mean, come on. Like, to me, it's one of the oddest games I think I've seen in a long time, and especially the way it started. Like I said, Casey Mize didn't start out very well, but he settled down very nicely over the next 3 1/3 inning. After that, really, I want to say the first 4 batters. Like, really, after the first 4 batters, it seemed like he came a little unhinged with that error off of Schwarber. He was a little unhinged, but then after Bohm went deep, it was like, all right, like he got refocused again and started really kind of keeping the Phillies at bay. I mean, you figured they didn't get out, they didn't score again until Harper hit the 3-run home run in the 6th inning. So with that being said, man, to me, it looked like he really kind of settled down. But I liked our guy tonight too. Our guy didn't have as many strikeouts, but Aaron Nola was cooking tonight. He had a lot of ground ball outs tonight. I think they said on the telecast there was 4 balls that was hit to the outfield. 3 of them went to Marsh and 1 went to Christian Pache. That's it. Everything else has been on the ground. Like poor, Nick ain't have to work out in the outfield tonight. So, to me, it's really weird. It was a really weird game. But then again, too, like I said, you can't take everything in account. 8 runs, 15 hits, 17 strikeouts, a triple play. Phillies with 2 homers. It was a really weird game tonight. Brian checking in says, great wins for the Fightins. Love the triple play. I think anytime anybody can ever experience that, whether watching on TV or being there live, man, it's something to definitely see. And it's not something you see often. I think they said on the telecast last year they had 7 triple plays throughout the whole year. And the Phillies were the first ones to do it this year. So, hey, Phillies will spank the Marlins and the Tigers. You're hoping that, Jose. The Marlins play us tough. I don't know about the Tigers. We really don't. The Tigers haven't really beaten the Phillies in a couple of years. But the way I'm looking at it with them, if they can go 4-2 or 5-1 in this, that would be really good, considering Atlanta's got a pretty tough little stretch coming up. They're in St. Louis. They just got done playing the Yankees, which, by the way, tip of the cap to the Braves, too, for taking 2 or 3 from the Yankees. Is it me? And again, I think I'm going to have to start putting maybe the Yankees in that mold, too, like where they're good during the regular season and then, they get up against a team that's just as good as they are. They kind of wander away because they've had 2 really good series at home against the Braves and the Dodgers, and they lost both series. So, I don't know. Star was saying that triple play was nice. Yeah, it was. My buddy Dave Yarnell, Cowboy Dave, checking in. He said, "Hey, Mike, it did look like the ball bounced on that triple play." Yeah, Dave, I thought it did. Especially the way the guy was running from third coming home. It definitely looked like he I thought maybe he caught it on a bounce as well, because I was like, man, why is he? And then, like I said, I seen him throw the ball to Harper. I'm like, okay, that's weird. Like, why would he throw it to second? And then I seen Harper throw the ball back to Bohm. And when I seen him throw it back to Bohm, I said, oh, he caught it. And then, like I said, then they showed the opposite replay of it coming, I guess, from behind the plate. And you can see him snagging the ball in the air. And I was like, whoo. So, again, Nick Castellanos continuing his hitting streak now, 7 games for Nick. He's starting to heat up now. Kind of seemed like, I heard some things today, too, like people kind of getting on Schwarber a little bit about not being the June Schwarber and smacking all the home runs. They don't need him to. They need him to do what he's been doing. We were complaining about his batting average, about him getting – the dude's getting on base. He's got a 250 batting average. Leave him alone. He's a guy – listen, if they need him to get hot and start hitting home runs, I think he can. Just kind of back off of him. I mean, right now – what I love about this team, and me and Pat talk about this all the time on P&M and the AM, is this Phillies lineup, there's no soft spots. There really isn't. And I love the fact that their bench is upgraded from a year ago. We don't have Jake Cave coming off the bench now to come back, to come back and make the last out in the division series. You got a Mundo Sosa. You got Pache who can get on base. You have, Cody Clemens if he stays up here. You have, Johan Rojas, if he's not playing, you can put in a pitch runs. Like, the Phillies can beat you so many different ways this year. They're going to be a hard out in this National League. They truly are. This Phillies team, they're the best in baseball as far as record-wise right now, but they're going to be a hard out. They're going to be a hard out. I don't see 3 pitchers in the National League, maybe the Dodgers, that can line up and go 1, 2, 3, and then if it has to go 4, 1 through 4, I mean, Sanchez, the way he's pitching, Phillies are looking damn good right now, man, and they're looking good. They just got to continue this course, keep winning series, So he says Trey Turner has a 6-game hitting streak. Yes, he does. But guys, I'm going to ask you guys a question. The catching situation. You guys still a little concerned about Stubbs? He's good for maybe a hit once every 2 games. I think I can live with this. Between him and Marchant, alternate until JT gets back, which, by the way, JT should be back probably about a week or so. About a week or so, he should be back. So I'm thinking with him, man, I would definitely love to see him come back and definitely get JT. You put him back in this lineup, holy cow, right now. You have basically, I'm wondering, where do you stick JT? You put, because Bohm's batting really good in this 4 spot. Do you drop JT down to 6th? Move Bryce and Stott down to 7th? Have Marsh batting 8th? I mean, it's a really good problem to have. Another good problem to have is the Phillies worrying about a fifth starter. We're only going to need a fifth starter for like another 2 months, like maybe. So I don't care between Walker and Turnbull. I think both of them can get it done. I'm really liking where this team is at. This team is focused. And you know what? They're doing what they're supposed to do. Teams that are not as good as them, they're beating them. I'm just, like I said, I think right now really the only team we kind of owe moving forward is kind of Atlanta. We owe Atlanta. They kind of came in and kicked our tail a little bit opening weekend. But then, again, that was opening weekend. So, but right now, man, I'm looking at this Phillies team. Again, it's going to be very, very hard to line up and beat these guys in a 5-game series, a 7-game series. Phillies are going to be a tough out, man. They're going to be a tough out because when you have other guys in the lineup that aren't doing so hot, somebody else steps in and picks them up. So, I mean, for me, that is the perfect storm for this, guys. Well, listen, guys, I'm about to cut this one because coming up, literally at the bottom of the hour, you got Matty B. That's right, Talking Sports with Matty B, so make sure you get over there. Turnbull is pitching on Wednesday. Yep, he is. Hey, Steve checking in. They brought up Mercado, and he definitely earned it. I'll tell you what, he looked good. That kid looked good, man, in his first, his first little action. He's going to kind of be like the long relievers. So, guys, this is our lineup for the Tiger Series right now. You have me tonight. Big Sal G, that's right. He will be here tomorrow. And, of course, rounding it out, the mayor of Mayfair, Matty B, will have you covered on Wednesday before the Phillies get ready to take on those Marlins coming up this weekend. So, I had something I was going to say to you guys. Oh, yeah, bottom of the hour, Talking Sports, Matty B. Make sure you guys definitely are here for him to, get on his nerves. Tell him how much, he's wrong about Howie Roseman. I'm pretty sure he'll be updating us on the Mitchkoff situation with the Flyers. Yesterday was a great event. Yesterday was my birthday. I spent it, believe it or not, up at the Irish Rover in Langhorne with Bill and Chet's 500 show. Got a chance to meet Lou Nolan, Joe Watson, and, of course, Jim Jackson. Got a chance to talk to both of them guys about it. So about that. And we were there when we started hearing the rumblings about Mitchkoff coming. So I know Matty B will have you guys ready for that. Also, this Friday, NHL draft, the draft show between him and Al. That should be pretty darn good. So again, guys, final Phillies 8-1. Weird game tonight. Weird game. You saw home runs. You saw a lot of hits, a lot of strikeouts, and even a triple play. So until next time, I'm Mike Lauro, and have a good night, guys.